Hi guys, I'm Mark.
I'm Penny.
And we are the Oyster Boys, and today we are going to be reviewing this Woodland Creatures Pistachio and Honeycomb Milk Stout from Left-Handed Giant and Uiltje. I've no idea actually how to
I never knew you
that.
could speak Dutch.
Clearly I can't. I'll put the name of the brewery down at the bottom, links to the website in the description below. It's a collaboration beer between them, and we got these from my brother Pete, who's from a band called Lesser Known Character, that'll link up there. Sent me these as a gift last year, so we're just getting around to trying them out. Yeah, so got to get through these all quick because, as they do say on the can, hops fade fast.
Yes, so what can in 12th October, best before 12th of April.
Yep, so we've still got time. Still got plenty of time there because we're at the start of Feb now. So, have you ever had a pistachio and honeycomb milk stout before, Penny?
I've not. I mean, I do like the milk stouts. I like that sort of lactose sweetness that it brings to the beer, but and I love pistachios and I love honeycomb. So this is ticking all the boxes. No, I haven't.
I think the last flavoured stout that we had, thinking back, was probably that cookie dough one, which we didn't. That wasn't on a review day, was it? We were just making beer and probably drinking too much.
But we did say about that cookie dough because it didn't have lactose in it, did it? And we said, oh, this could have done with lactose just smoothing it out and maybe a bit of, I don't know, oats in it or something like that to give it a better mouthfeel or carapils, yeah.
But hopefully with this one, I mean, because it's got lactose in there.
Yes.
Well, it just says on the ingredients, it just says other lactose pistachio honeycomb, so I'm assuming that's on top of the big four. They're the extra ones that you've got in there.
I love the can art as well. I don't know whether you can, if you can see that. Obviously, the Woodland Creature, you've got some sort of red-eyed owl, I guess, on a rock. It's great can art, isn't it? I do like this can art that's sort of coming out. It's big in America, it seems to be coming big over here as well. And obviously, like you said, the collaboration. So you've got the company. I mean, the details that I found, basically, I mean, it says established 2012, but I mean, I've been on their website and they said 2015. So I don't know what's going on there. But basically, it looks like there's some sort of group of brewers that have come together, got investment, and what they've done is they've got a cafe. They've got a bottle shop, they've got a brewery room or like a tap room, and obviously the brewery itself, so it's sort of 4 in 1, based in sort of, well, would you pronounce that Haarlem?
Yeah, I guess.
And if the double A changes the pronunciation, you'll have to excuse. I mean, I work for a Dutch company, so I should really know how to pronounce these things, but there we go. It's what it is, isn't it? So.
Well, yeah, let's get this into the glass, see what we think. I mean, we're expecting this to be pretty much jet black, and that's pretty much all we can talk about. But let's get it in there now.
Well, you're right about the jet black.
Yeah, nice tan head forming and pouring it as well.
I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan.
And don't worry, guys, we're not drinking this one icy cold like we normally do with the lagers. We've let this one come up a bit so we can actually taste it a bit better.
Wow.
I mean, it is black. It's not even like sometimes like a Guinness and stuff, you work out that it's actually ruby red when you hold it up to the light, but this one, no, it's jet black. It's got a nice thick looking head on top.
That's a really good head.
Yeah. I've done what I think is quite a nice pour. I mean, I would say that head I don't think is going to hang around for very long.
No. Give it a chance. You've got a bigger head than mine.
Yeah. Well, the beer or just me in general?
The fair.
Although, it's got a nice head, I can't see, it's not a carbonated beer, I can't see any bubbles rolling.
But would you expect it to be overly carbonated?
No, I wouldn't. I'm
just saying, do you know what I mean?
Just saying it for the fans in case they can't make it out from the...
But it's like the head is not like, I mean, not that we're comparing this to Guinness Ale, but that's sort of like a creamy sort of stout head. But this is more like your lager stout head that you'd find, or ale, I guess, or well, not ale, but yeah, it would be lager, I guess. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's more a stout head, isn't it? But like other ones with the creamier ones that hang around, this head on mine, it's fading.
Yeah, mine's near gone now. Yes.
But I mean, looks wise though, it's.
Does that appeal to you?
I mean, you know what? I'm not a big fan of dark beers as a whole, but I need to get past my fear. So This looks exactly how it should have done when it came out of the can. I am looking forward to trying it. The looks of it aren't putting me off. I mean, if I went to the bar and ordered a pistachio and hazelnut milk stout, then pistachio and honeycomb milk stout, then this is what I'd expect. And for that, I've got to give it a 7.5 because it's where I'd want it to be, and that's kind of my go-to. That's what it is, and that's what I like to go.
Yeah, I mean, looking in this environment, I mean, I'm in a nice comfy armchair, I've got my wood burning on. This is exactly the beer that I would want right now, and it looks like it. And I like dark beers. I mean, if it's, if we're having like a lot of bread with a meal or some like a red meat sort of thing, I would tend to go for your dark beers. I'm not a huge wine drinker, so for me, 7.9.
Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
Should we give this a I'm looking forward to smelling it.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's dive in.
Wow, straight away
the pistachio, isn't it?
Oh man, 100%. It smells like the ice cream, pistachio ice cream.
It really does. I mean, that's fantastic. I can't really, let me just...
I get the slight after notes of the honeycomb, like just the honey, like, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's pistachio first and then you're getting that, the sweetness of the honey after, aren't you?
Yeah, and I think, really, they've written it in that order, pistachio and honeycomb. It's not honeycomb and pistachio, is it? So you'd expect that smell to be at the forefront.
You can't smell it, mate.
And it really is, and as well, I can taste like like really chocolatey, roasty notes.
Yeah, from the malt.
Well.
Yes. Yeah, that's a really good smelling beer,
That is fantastic smelling. And
really
from a guy who doesn't really do the dark beers, I think maybe I've been going wrong. I think the last dark beer I enjoyed actually was probably the Wiper and True Milk Stout, and that I think is quite nice. But I think I got myself into this habit of just not drinking dark beer, and I've never really come out of it, and I probably should give it more of a chance.
You're like my dad with hazy beers and cloudy beers.
Oh yeah, give me the hangover.
But I mean, sometimes I have beers and they smell sort of really sweet. Or remember the pineapple one we had from the Black Sheep?
Yes,
and
pineapple milkshake.
And I'll sort of smell it going, is this going to work? Like, is this lager, because that was an ale, sorry, is this ale going to go with pineapple? Whereas I'm smelling this and I'm looking at this and going, this looks like a marriage made in heaven, do you know what I mean? This looks like I'm not being put off, the opposite, I'm going, this is going to be a good partnership.
I mean, I've got to say, I think because the smell of that beer is so good, I'm going to have to give that an 8.9.
Yeah, mate, you've read my mind, yes. Because it's an 8.9 for me as well.
Yeah, well, all that aside, let's actually finally get to taste this beer. So,
yes,
cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Wow.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That tastes great.
Ooh.
That is...
Straight away was tickling my tongue, it's smooth, sticks around your mouth, lovely, the flavours aren't too powering, you're still getting that coffee notes coming through.
It's like coffee, dark chocolate, like really, really deep, like berry flavours as well. And then you've got the pistachio, and that honeycomb really does come through in the flavour.
Yeah.
I think maybe not so much in the smell, but really does in the flavour, and that is really good.
It's almost, I don't know if you agree, like boundary of like an Irish, like not Irish coffee, but a coffee with like, I don't know, like a shot of Baileys and a pistachio liqueur in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean there. Just interestingly enough, this beer is a 6.9% milk stout.
Doesn't taste 6.9%.
It doesn't taste 6.9%, but I have heard that they do an imperial version of this as well, as more of a seasonal beer, which you can get.
That sounds great.
A 10% plus stout from the guys at Left-Handed Giant. And one of the other beers they do, I think we should try, is they do a stroopwafel imperial stout.
Wow.
And I think
is this from the?
This is from Left-Handed Giant.
Left-Handed Giant, right?
Yeah. So I think we definitely need to get that to try on the channel. I think that'd be absolutely incredible. But going back to this, it's just fantastic. The flavours.
It's just going a bit off tangent. What do you think about the can size to the sort of strength of the beer and the flavour?
I mean, it's quite a big can for
Yeah.
quite strong beer.
Yeah, it was just an interesting point. I'm not going to mark it up or down from there. It's just, you know, you get your 330ml, and what's this, 440? Yeah, 440. So it's it was just interesting choice, I guess, with the you know with the size, but you know, I'm all for the big sizes.
So flavour-wise, mate, I am going to have to give this another really high score, and I think I might match my Aroma score and go for an 8.9 for the flavour as well, because it's just incredible. I mean, in the winter, like we are now, this is a kind of beer that you want on a Saturday morning at 11:20.
I might have to knock it up into the God realm, you know, and do a 9. Wow. It's great. It's exactly what I want right now in this situation. I mean, I prefer it not to be, you know, 11:20. I prefer it to be more like 4 o'clock. But you know, I'm sitting at home. I've got my feet up. I've got my dog, you know, keeping my lap warm. I've got the wood burner on. All I want is a pistachio and honeycomb, great mouthfeel and beer. Yeah, it's got to be a 9. It's got to be. I have no reason not to give it into the 9 realm, especially when I love dark beers. So.
Well, let's move on to price.
How much did your brother pay?
I think it was about £4.40 for the can. It's a 440ml can, so it's not an ultra tally pint can, 500ml. It's a standard size can, £4.40. But you know, keep in mind this is a 6.9% beer. Pistachio, honeycomb. I think it's actually value-wise. I think it's all right. I don't think it's blowing me away value, but I think it's all right. I think it's probably a 6.9 value price scale for me out of 10.
It'd be one of them where I wouldn't like to pay the price when I'm getting it, but it's so good that I'd pay it. But that doesn't mean it's worth it. It's just that it's that good that I'm happy to pay it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, in fact, no, I think I'm being a bit harsh with mine. I think I might just put it into the 7, so 7.2 for.
See, I was more 6.1 personally.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's quite a lot because we've talked about the hops being the most expensive part, and I mean, this is definitely not bitter. And I don't know how much lactose.
You've got to remember, you've got to have a big malt bill to get an almost 7%.
Yeah, we know that malt is not the major cost though when it comes to it. Would you not agree?
I mean, hops are more expensive than malt by weight, but when you're, you know, a lot of beers that you can get are around the 4% mark, and these guys are going to have to use double the amount of malt to make the same amount of beer. So by weight, it might not be the most expensive bit, but they're using a lot of it.
Okay. I mean, that's your point. I'm gonna have to. I'm not going to change it. And don't let this get anyway. And I would still pay that, but it'd still be eye-watering.
I mean, what this is probably for most people, this is going to be a treat beer. This is not a beer.
Yes.
You wouldn't say. Well, in fact, I'll tell you what. We've both done our price scores now, so we'll move on to sessionability. And I will say now on sessionability, this is not a sessionable beer for me. No. This is a treat beer. You wouldn't buy a case of 24 of these, sit yourself down and say, I'm going to chill over these beers. That's not that's not what you do with this.
That's why I was talking about the can size. I mean, for me, I would maybe go into a pub, you know, for example, like a pie night on you know, in the Bear and Bill at Chester, for example. I'd see that and go, yeah, give it a try, and go, ooh, I'll have that after my meal. And have one pint after the meal, after already having. That's probably what I would do. I'd save that. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't.
A pint for dessert.
Yeah, well, and a dessert and a cheesecake. Why not? Why not? Treat yourself Tuesdays. Do you know what I mean?
And a cheesecake and a cheese board.
Yes, obviously. Obviously. When in Rome.
But I mean,
although
I think it's scored really well on the other things. I don't think it's very sessionable beer. I think maybe I could probably go to 2 of these. And it would be at the end, just before going home, or like you are, sat in front of a log burner, having a lovely afternoon or morning, as we are now, and just maybe 1 or 2 of these. I'll say 2. I'll give it a sessionability score of 2, but that's not what this beer was built for.
No, but saying that, I could have 4. I think.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, I'm agreeing with you, but if I'd had my lovely pie, like I was saying, the pie and peas, and I had a pint before, and I was sitting next to a fire, and I was like, no rush to go home, and just, I could have another 3 pints of there and just sit and sip it and go through it. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's not like I'll have to chug it because it needs to be ice cold sort of thing. It's that slightly on the warmer notes. The temperature being when you're drinking it slightly higher, giving off a bit more of that flavour. Yeah, and I could just sit there and have 3 pints of them. I would probably have to be carried home because I've had, it's 7% beer, but.
Yeah, and a pie.
But I don't take that into consideration. I can worry about that the next day. So yeah, I could do that.
I've got to say, I'm so glad that we've let this warm up a bit before we drank it.
Oh yes.
The more I have of it, and the warmer it gets towards the bottom of the glass, I think the more I actually taste of it as well. But I think overall this is a fantastic beer. Sessionability, it's not any beer.
It's not built for that.
The beer is, but it's not built for that. So what we're looking for with the Oyster Score is to find the ultimate beer for us as an all-rounder.
Yes.
And this isn't going to be the ultimate all-round beer, but please don't get me wrong. This is a mega beer. The taste, the smell, fantastic.
What would you say yours isn't? 7 degrees Celsius for us? 7 to 8 degrees yours right now, maybe?
I've absolutely no idea because I'm not a human thermometer, so
I'm sorry for the American listeners. I can't convert that to Fahrenheit, so.
Yeah, it's colder than room temperature, but warmer than a fridge.
There we go.
So it's got a slight chill compared to room temperature, which I think is probably just right for a drink.
Yeah, if you left it out on an autumn day, if you picked it up on an autumn day and you left it outside your house, well, that depends where you live actually, doesn't it? If it's Colorado, then it'd be fine.
I think we're getting bogged down with temperatures.
Yeah.
I think.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah.
Maybe something out, cause.
I think what we need to, all we need to do now is to say that I hope everyone has enjoyed what we've seen today.
Yes.
I definitely would recommend picking up beers from these guys, Left-Handed Giant. We've had a few of theirs now. They've all been, so far, really, really good.
We had a friend that bought a box after our recommendations, and he loved them, didn't he? So.
Yeah. So if you're living in Bristol area, when the world stops being crazy, pop down there into their brew pub, check out some beers. If not, order online. They do delivery nationwide. The beers are fantastic. I'll put a link down in the description below for you to go to their website and buy the beers. Also a link to the Oyster Score spreadsheet, so you can see how this ranks compared to A, any stouts that we've done, B, any other beers that we've done, and just smash like, hit subscribe. If that little button down there that says subscribe is red, hit it, turn it grey, you'll feel a lot better for it.
Right, well, okay, I think that's us done for this session.
Yeah, so here is the Oyster Score for this beer. I don't know if you can see it up there, but it should be there now. And now I think we're really done, aren't we?
Yeah.
Cheers for watching, guys. Oysters out.
I'm waving like they're doing the Teletubbies.